All right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Try an hour earlier this year. Everybody have a great 2020. Oop, going the wrong direction here. Hold on. There I go. Maybe. Oop, going the wrong direction. There we go. Let's see who's in here real quick. We've got Tyler's in here. Let's talk about prepping. We have Kyle Anderson. How you doing, Kyle? We've got Lori Jean. Hey, Lori, good to see you. Tibor 101. Uncle Al's in here, and also JAUFMJ for short. Prep for it's in. Good to see you. I think that's it. If I didn't call your name, make sure you put it down below so I can holler your name out to you and make sure that I have everyone here. We went out and shot off some fireworks last night out in the yard and drank a little bit of bubbly for our way of seeing the new year in. What did you guys get to do? You guys do anything fun? Make sure I got everything going on here. Yep, looks like I'm on. All right. I didn't see the old man in, but I already have these up, so. Did you guys light off any fireworks last night when the big 12 o'clock came? Hey, Rob, good to see you. Man, that was wind was blowing in that video. Boy, does it always blow like that in Texas? See if I can get this link up there for you guys. There we go. That's a link for anybody that might want to come up on the panel tonight. This is a free for all Thursday, so anything in the whole world you guys want to talk about. Is that over there by your house where you guys collected that firework at, Rob? Oh, you got to laugh at a bunch of adults. They must have been under the influence, huh? I like to watch them too when they're under the influence and trying to celebrate a new year coming in. Hey, Trent, good to see you. Welcome to the group. Oh, you guys were about 3 hours away. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Yeah, I saw something about that on the radio, on the TV, I mean. Farm off fanatic. How are you doing, kind sir? Be nice if they ask Congress to get permission to do that once in a while, but I guess they don't have to do that anymore. First for 8. Yeah, I think he's talking out of the side of his mouth, to tell you the truth, Sport. Goes on national TV and says he doesn't want to get into it with those guys, and then Next day blows one of them up. That's something. Sue Nelson, hey, how are you doing? How's the weather in Eastern Washington, Sue? Yeah, I heard some rumors about that too, Jay. This is Benghazi for Trump, yep. All right, you came for the dancing girls. You came to the right place then. We got girls, and we'll see if we can't get them to dancing for us. You know how to do any dancing, Sue? They're looking for dancing girls. I think I was talking about that in one of my other live streams there, Farmall. If we just get each of the states to make it so that all of the representatives we have there can only do 2 terms, then it'll be kind of hard for them to get corrupt. They can only do 2 terms and then go on about their business. Then we wouldn't have any crooked ones in there because they wouldn't be there long enough to do anything like that. Boo, Healer, hey, good to see you. How are you? Lori knows how to dance, I think. You don't know how to dance? Come on. All them short girls know how to dance. You're not dancing tonight. Now I get it, huh? No chair dancing for you, huh? Green organic love. See? That must be another woman. She probably knows how to chair dance. Second day of the year, yep. You have a good first day? You don't dance, Kaylin? You don't dance when you're out in the apartment cleaning and stuff? Maybe running your little vacuum cleaner and whatnot? Hey, Howie, good to see you. Now we got a stream going. Howie's here. She must not know how to dance. She never answered. She don't do any chair dancing anymore. It's probably like me getting too old. Hey, Howie. Welcome to 2020. Is that your eyesight or your age? Make sure you guys, if you don't know each other, that you're getting to know each other up and down that stream there, up and down. The red ones make the blue ones make the gray ones. I can't remember how it goes. The blue ones make the blue ones blue, and the gray ones make the gray ones gray. I think that's how I heard the guy say it. Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Rob's in here, or Anthony. I'm sorry. Helmet up, prepared. Just walked in the back door. We're trying to get the girls to dance, Anthony. You know any secret questions to make them do it? Trying to get them to chair dance. Yeah, I can do chair dancing. See, I thought everybody knew how to chair dance. Oh, look there, Lori's can dancing. Is that a can? Well, you had tequila for your New Year's, Anthony. Hope I read that right. Meow. Hey, Hooples. Good to see ya. I make this a little bigger so I can see all of you. There we go. Make sure Hooples can't slide by. Hoople was telling me earlier he's losing weight, but I kind of insulted him, said he wasn't. Nope, not dead yet. You woke up this morning. You still working nights? Well, it looked like my stream went crazy there for a second. Tonight's your last night for nights? Then when do you get to work, days or a mid shift? Are you leaving already on Anthony? All right. Thanks for coming through, Anthony. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a super rest of your evening. Learn to survive. Welcome to the live stream. I'm taking bids. You know how to chair dance? Oh, cool. Right on. Glad you brought a friend. Chair tango. There you go. I'll never run out of people, Lori. You guys give up, I'll just start over again at the top of the list. Hey, Gil. Oh, thanks, Hooples. Appreciate that. You got to learn how to chair dance, Lori? Is that what you're telling me? Blackberries on the dehydrator. Oh, you're going to dehydrate some blackberries? That sounds cool. You give me $5 so I'll chair dance some more? I can do the swimmer. Here we go. What do they call it? I sent a link out there for Gil to swim to the top of the screen. How's it going? It's okay. I got people giving. It was a hard video to make. Oh, I see why it didn't go up there because I didn't hit the send button. There you go. Sorry about that, Gil. I put it up there, but it didn't hit the send button. SD Mountain Man, how are ya? Good to see ya. I comprende, it's hard for people to get 2 times slapped together, but, some folks, when they get paid different times of the month, they've been putting money in there. You leave it, Rob? Let me look back here. Am I missing something? Okay, Rob. Thanks for dropping by, my friend. I really appreciate you coming in. Let's see. Yeah. You donated it Universal Health Care? Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm going to try to get me one of those roundabout ones where I can take it wherever I go. Hey, there he is. Hey, Gil.
Hey. Man. Been a busy day. My wife's getting ready to head back tomorrow morning to California.
She's going back. How long she been here this time?
1 week.
1 week. You might be ready for her to go back then, huh? She can get back into your old habits.
Nah.
One more year, she'll be up there with you.
Yep. Unless it happened to when I'm walking around town, find that winning lottery ticket laying on the ground.
Not a very big town either.
You'd be surprised how big Idaho Falls is.
It'll grow bigger too while you're there. 99 red B. 99 red B. Hut, hut, hut.
Well, 99 Red B. Here's my Gerber. I've had this baby for a long time. And it's just, yeah, I love this one.
You're welcome, 99. How you feeling, Uncle? Uncle Al says he's troll hunting.
Troll hunting, huh? Well, I guess we'll send him to the island of misfit toys.
I get back up on top of the list yet?
Right now, giveaway. We have you're tied in second, and Grampy Campy's still number one.
God dang it.
But you're you and West Virginia Prepared Mine are tied, and you're twice so far ahead of the next four.
I guess I'll have to get my second account out. Try to get that second account to snup some up to you.
Hey, Howie, besides under bridges, they also live in some other places we're not going to talk about. Yeah, so
well, I was thinking, Hooples, if I got one of those machines I'm thinking about, I can get a couple of those little solar plates. So when the SATF happens, I can still have a way to charge that sucker up. Just hang my plates out on the doorstep.
Yep. You know, I've been at this, as far as the solar panels and stuff go, all the ones I've been looking at and stuff, you see all these ones that are, oh, this folds up and it's really cool. It folds up and everything. Well, you're paying a heck of a lot for the folding up. I mean, you're paying a lot for the folding up because one of the guys had one that was a 200 watt. I don't know who it was. I think it was 215 watt or whatever, and it was like $400 or $500. But it folded up, had a special case and everything else. And it's like when I used to go camping, I used to take one of my 100 watt panels or two of my 100 watt panels, and I got those for $115 on Amazon.
Yeah, I was looking at some cheaper ones, but if you have a deep cell with them, like Hooples is saying, then you got extra power too. But
Yeah.
the cheap ones I was looking at, you get four of them for $143, and you could either power them by a USB port or just, like I said, hang them on your back porch and let them charge through the sun.
Yeah.
And then just let it dribble into the battery.
Yeah. I got let's see here. Check this. I picked up a Kodiak before they replaced it with the Apex, the same one that Ryan Jeske at Prescott Caliber Club has, and yeah, it holds a charge. I mean, you can run it a long time, power a bunch of stuff, and it charges up. If you got 200 watt panels, it'll charge up in a day. But I took it, even when I just took my my Goal 400 camping, the Kodiak is 3 times as good as the Goal 0, And the Gold Zero went 2 days with 2 people running their CPAPs on it. The right now, the 100-watt Renogy 12-volt panel is $104 on Amazon.
You used some of those panels, did you, Hoople, when you went on vacation? Seems to me when you were making those videos that you had some panels you were trying out for lights and stuff.
Yeah.
I figure if you just have some sort of cheap solar panel, just enough to keep that thing charged up, if anything happened, at least you're covered. If I don't do anything, then I'm not covered at all. So, what do?
Let's see. Forget the energy, which just makes Kodiak. Just stack a bunch of potatoes in a line. Yeah, but that line's going to be about 1.25 miles long to give you the power you need. SD Mountain Man. All right. It depends what you all want to run. And actually, and it depends on what type of battery those quote solar generators have. They call them solar generators. Basically, they're battery packs with a built-in inverter. Yeah, but like the right now they're coming out. Any of the old ones that have the things are not old. They are old, but they're still brand new. They have the either the lead acid or the acid glass mat batteries. If it's got an acid battery of any type in there, the cycles on it suck compared to the ion lithium. Something I say about the cycles is how many times you can run it down and back up again before it drops off. I mean, it's like 400 cycles for the Gold Zero. For my Kodiak, it's 2,000 cycles. So, yeah, big difference there. And the replacement batteries aren't cheap, and you can't put an ion lithium into one of the ones that aren't built for it.
I could make electricity out of potatoes and nails, couldn't I? Didn't I do something like that in school?
Yeah, but like I said to Tyler, you're going to have a row of potatoes about 1 mile long to get the wattage up and the amperage up to do anything.
Then you'd be going through there like changing light bulbs, only you'd be changing potatoes.
Yeah. Hey Jay, the forklift batteries are massive, but the ones for the Caterpillars, big excavators use, and a lot of the big Kenworth and Peterbilt trucks use, are the 8D batteries. Those suckers weigh close to 400 pounds when they're fully loaded with all their acid and everything in them. Sorry, the electrolyte. Yeah, because we used to, when I worked for a construction company, we used to get them dry and about 8 boxes of the electrolyte, and we'd put, then the 2 of us could put it into the tractor, and then we'd juice them up, and they're ready to go. And they put a charger on them for about 10 minutes and start the tractor up, and it would charge it up the rest of the way. But generally on
Lori.
Good night, Lori.
Oh yeah, Lori, you just got here. You haven't done your chair dance yet.
Hey Jay, for the hand crank batteries stuff, just get a treadmill motor and hook it up to an exercise bike, and let it put out the 12 volts you need to charge. Read at Manifestation of Imagination was talking about that several times, and I think also Anthony from Palmetto Prepared was talking about that as well. You know,
Pepper Nurse One is going to get lithium batteries on his solar system. When did he say that, Galen?
Now, there's a video just came out today from Red Poppy Ranch. Heath up there had big, massive lead acid. They're big. They were probably 18 inches tall. The batteries, 6-volt batteries, massive ones, super deep cycles, and he changed.
Don't take much to tear it in.
And he changed those out today for lithium iron something or other. And actually, hang on, let me pull this up here. I can tell you guys what he got. And the thing is down in Utah. Where is it here? Maybe I moved it to the trash already because I watched that one.
Yeah, the back end of his car is that has the plug-in for the power.
Yeah. The ones that Heath just got today or put out today is lithium iron phosphate batteries. And actually, let me show you what it looks like. They're about half the size of the ones he had. And
what's that? Is that for your car?
No, this is the what Heath at Red Poppy Ranch got. He replaced all his big, massive ones. These things are like a third the size, tall wise, as the other ones he had. And these are lithium iron phosphate. And supposedly they're the next big thing for battery technology, supposedly. And they're the company that's doing it is Lion Energy, as in a mountain lion.
Yeah.
And they're
the battery's only like 2 inches tall.
No. The batteries look like almost like a regular car battery. The ones he had were like 18 inches tall. They were big, massive industrial deep cycle batteries, and he replaced them with these. And these provide the same number of batteries that were only a third as high as the other ones, provide more power, more cycles, life cycles. And it's something, I think they said it was something like 4,000 cycles to drop it down to 80% battery life.
No way. Are they like lithium inside then?
It's lithium iron phosphate.
Lithium iron phosphate. We'd write that down. Where's my pencil at?
And what I will do, let me pop this open. Anybody's interested here, let's see, and I will put that there. I just put the link in the chat. And I'm not sure what the cost is, but I think he said the company said in American Fork, Utah.
Oh, it's probably cost a pretty penny.
Well, that's the thing is, yes, the initial investment is greater than Lion Energy. Yeah, it's in American Fork, Utah. Lion Energy is the company. and depending on like the whatever the UT 700 battery is, it costs $500. The UT 1300 costs $900.
May
And
last how much longer than the other ones.
this is coming from this is through a third party. This is through Survival Gear Systems. But if you buy directly from Lion Energy, it's going to be cheaper. But yeah, he just redid his whole system on it because he's having problems with it. Because they had to fire up with all the big, huge battery banks that he had, they had to fire up the generator for his wife to use the hair dryer and curling iron,
just to keep it,
and without draining the battery bank down significantly. And they were showing
overloading the batteries, storage batteries,
and they were running 2 hair dryers, and I think it was 2 hair dryers and a curler in the video. I think they were running just off of one battery.
24/7.
Not 24/7. They were just showing it running about it because she was trying to do her hair and stuff, and it would kill the battery system. And so she had to fire up the generator. But for this, they were in the video here. It's kind of hard to. You got to really crank up the volume to hear what his cell phone's picking up. The guys talking about it. But
hi, Dad. Perfect. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, so that's that's it was just showing it could do so much better. Yeah, that's right, Tibor.
They're always going to keep coming up with new stuff. You can go out there and buy the newest stuff on the market, and within 6 months, they're going to tell you there's something better.
Yeah. Hoople, you say that's the same type battery you say you have?
Oh, hi, Ryan. Long time, buddy. How you doing? Where you been hiding at? I've been kind of looking for you in the streams.
And the side chat's now going real fast. Or it's just playing catch up for me. Yeah, depending on the side chat there, Caden's talking about what Prepper Nurse 1 said about his goes only down to 50% before damage occurs. That's one of the problems with certain types of lead acid batteries. If they're not the commercial deep cycle ones,
then they start messing up, right?
Yeah, they can't go down as deeply into their cycle.
I think I would just use regular deep cell batteries.
So Hoople says he has lead acid in his, and it's a useless system.
Because if you use just regular deep cell batteries, you're no matter what kind of battery you use, when it's used up, you're going to have to replace them anyway. Yeah. But a deep cell battery, you get quite a few recharges on them.
Yeah. Yeah. The lead acid ones on their life cycles is like, anywhere from 200 to 400, depending on the type of battery you get. Whereas a lot of the ion lithiums are like 2,000 to 4,000. And this this is lithium iron phosphate. I believe I have to look at the video again. I believe they said 4,000 cycles, life cycles.
You have a good new year, Ryan?
Yeah, the deep cycle batteries I have on mine are the golf cart ones, which are big, huge, industrial type. They still, don't give the power I really need, we really want to have.
The hell were you doing in Utah? You don't have family in Utah. Yeah, the only reason I'd want to do deep cells is because as long as you're not using them, they'll hold that charge.
Yeah. But the main thing to consider on your battery system and stuff, that during the daytime you have enough solar panels to run everything you want to run, plus charge up the batteries. And because then once the sun goes down, you're running on the batteries. And so in the morning, you want to be able to run everything in the house that you were running on the batteries, plus charge the batteries back up.
Well, you really wouldn't want to run anything on the batteries during the daytime hours anyway.
Right. That's when you'll have something that has enough power to um, charge them and run whatever you're doing. Unfortunately, some people get a system and they don't take into consideration the angle drop on the panels. And what that is like your panels are rigid and fixed to one position. Well, that's fixed for one position at the optimal amount of sunlight usage. And if the company did it right, they're going to pick at springtime, the spring equinox. So that way you get, twice a year where you have optimum charging time on it. But as it goes off your instead on your 100-watt panels, they're going to drop down to where you're only getting 65 or 50 watts on of charge on your panel. So you got to make sure you have enough panels to make up for that drop. The other thing, unless you're spending the money, and it's money, get one of those ones that automatically track the sun. That when it goes over in sunset, it automatically resets to the next spot on the dawn for dawn. So when the sun comes up, it starts getting power immediately.
The
But that's
the exercise bike, Ryan. I'd have a heck of a time getting the kid to get on that exercise bike. He gonna be 20 next week. He doesn't do anything he don't want to do. You
well,
need to come by
Hoople.
here, Ryan. See the kid.
Yeah. Hey, Hoople. Biodiesel may not have thrilled you, but it's something you can grow and it's renewable.
Buy him Legos. Say go pedal for Legos.
Tyler, that is funny. How many hamsters though are you going to need?
Dang it.
Uncle Al says you need to get 4,000 potatoes to have your power.
Oh, I like that. Hamster wheels. Yeah, there you go. That might work, Tyler. Hey, Mim Langford, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. I tried a different hour of going online. That way, if we run over, I'm not too tired.
Now, Tibor,
When are you going to start going online again? What are your days going to be, Gil?
maybe next week.
You're going to start doing certain days?
I'll try to get that figured out. Let's see here. Got some Tibor. Yeah, the problem with some of the windmills, if you're not in an area where you have wind blowing all the time, you know, yeah, you may have a breeze and it may turn a little bit, but it's probably not going to be enough to offset the cost of the windmill system. Plus, I think I've heard that the life on those is like 5 to 10 years before you got to start replacing parts. But
Night,
that
Ryan.
it's
I'll give
that
you a
would
call, bud.
right, not Ryan. Yeah, the windmills is something you want to have as a backup to your backup. What works better if you have a stream that has constant flow of water year round, a little water generator.
Hey, Vanessa. How are you doing this evening?
There are some things I've seen about people putting in specific solar powered charging stations for Priuses, Chevy Volt, and the other cars. I really haven't looked at it because I ain't driving one. I get behind one of those on the freeway, I want to run it over.
Welcome back, Trent.
Hey, Trent.
Happy New Year to you too, Vanessa.
But yeah, the for your solar systems and stuff, you got to look into what's best for you. How much are you actually planning to use on it, and what's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Having a brain fart here.
Actually, if you're going to go with wind, you got to really look into it closely because some of them depends on how much you want to use the wind out of it. Trying to remember that. Some of them will turn just a little bit and give you a good jolt out of it. Others will just barely turn and won't give you anything. You have to really look into it closely.
Yeah, generally the ones that turn a little bit have really big vanes on them, so they catch all the wind, so they have the power because it goes through a planetary gearbox. So by it's turning slowly, it's going through all the gears and spinning that generator really good.
It's the way it's the way the propellers on the turbine. It's the way they're shaped has something to do with it.
Well, also the way they're shaped and the size of it, the square inches of coverage on it for catching the wind. CR, a friend of mine up in northern Idaho, Bonner County, has and he did a video on his property. He has a stream that flows year round. I mean, there's snow all around it. It's ice up, but the underwater is flowing underneath it all the time. And he's going to be putting in a hydro system up there. But he's also going to put in solar panels as well. Oh, geez, I'm big.
I've been playing around.
Oh, geez, now I can pop the.
There, now I can count the eyebrows.
All right, let's count the gray hairs here. 1, 2, 3.
I like that better.
Yeah. Now, what some people have done on their properties up there, CR, if they have enough land to do it, they'll build a little pond, but deep, and then they'll pull the water off the bottom of the pond and run it underground down to the point where they want to have their generator box to have good head pressure on it, and then they'll have their turbine there running there and discharge the water back into the stream.
I know I read up on a lot of that wind stuff, and I know that it has something to do with. You have to really look into them. Something to do with the ball bearing where all the blades come into it too. That has a lot to do with
Yeah,
how much it spins.
yeah, and the ball bearings take a lot of abuse, and they got to be replaced every like 5 years or something like that. All right, let me see if I can find this other thing here real quick here. I didn't save it. I didn't save it to here.
It's like
There,
my nephews, they build these big ones that they have all over the country. They go out and they work for a country that puts them in. And he said that the people they have full crews that are just hired to go out and do the maintenance on them. That they
yeah.
have to replace the motors in them a couple of times a year. And they have to. I didn't know this, but they have to have to get them to even start turning. They have like a starter motor to get them to start turning. And then after they start turning, then they'll turn the motor off and let the wind work on them from there. But it takes power to turn them on to actually start using the turbine, the blades to make it turn.
Okay, CR. I'm going to put a link here in the chat here for you right now. All right, this is about a Nebraska retiree who uses sort of geothermal to heat his greenhouse and his house. So it's a really cool video. You may want to check it out. And it's 18 minutes long, but it is a cool video. It has a lot of information about it. Yeah, he keeps his greenhouse at 52 degrees in the wintertime. He has an orange crop in there and a banana tree.
You got
And
a
he
low water table, right? Who pulls that? Why no basement?
yeah, this video I posted up there, the link to it. The guy runs his tubes 8 feet deep in Nebraska, but you can go to get a back. You're going to be hiring a backhoe. Just go down, drop it in 10 if this type system works for you. Jay, you wouldn't have to worry about the super volcano trashing the system because if you're up that close to Yellowstone and you're using the geothermal and it blows as a super volcano, there ain't nothing left of you. So you don't have to worry about the system. You're right, Tibor, 10 feet. I've also seen some people that up in Alaska actually go down 20 feet for theirs. Hey Jay, there was that guy that was trying to do some sort of fusion reactor thing in his home, and had a malfunction, and they evacuated the entire neighborhood to find out he wasn't using radioactive material, and it was just a chemical fusion reaction thing. But yeah, for the money right now, unless you're going with the geothermal heating system, solar's the way to go. Solar panels. Funny, Jay. Funny.
Hey Dave, how you doing? You got swatted. How the hell did you get swatted? Who you been mouthing off to?
Hey, Tyler, you planning on calling your not Tyler, sorry, Jay. If you're calling your going to call your house the China Syndrome, you better be careful. You'll have Jane Fonda showing up along with Michael Douglas and Jack Lemmon.
You probably got swatted from that one you were in this morning, Dave. That was a pretty crazy live stream you had going this morning. How many of the cops came to your house?
He said give him a moment. He's dealing with something still, I guess. Yeah, probably some troll he kicked out tracked him down and then called the cops just to give him payback for kicking him out of the live stream.
All right, hold on a second. There you go, buddy.
Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Old time prepper Martha. She just finished editing my first book, and I just put the new edited book up on my up there for on the website there if anybody wants it.
Yeah, I do want it.
I'll throw you the link up here for it. Give me a
Put
second.
the link up there and I'll open up another page for it.
Okay, books. It's the Wind
Where I can
Saga.
open it up, bookmark it. That's the wrong one.
All right, there you go. So everybody wants to look at it. You can it's a PDF version, so you can download it and look at it. Let me know if you spot anything that that Martha and I missed on the edit. We think we got all the grammatical errors corrected. Yeah, so the first book's called Against the Wind, and she's started on the another book in the series, but it's not in the same. It's it's the same universe, but there's two different storylines going on, and they're going to wind up interacting. and that's called The Scout and the Ninja, and she started on that one.
Hey, I can shut it up for a second. Bookmark it. Hey, I go back and look at it afterwards. I got it bookmarked.
Cool. Yeah, this it the storyline kind of goes on along with one of the things that Uncle Al was talking about with asteroids and stuff coming between the Earth and the Moon.
Star Wars stuff, huh?
No, not Star Wars. Tawaki. Just what happens when you get an iron core asteroid about half the size of the moon passing between the moon and the Earth. You think we have high tides now, gravitational pull.
Carbonaro effect.
It causes all sorts of problems, because it doesn't all just you know how the moon will pull the oceans for tides and stuff. Now you put something that's iron core, which means it has almost twice the gravitational pull of the moon, and you put it half the distance from the Earth that the moon is. You're going to get some pretty heavy gravitational pull, not just on the water, but on the liquid magma of the Earth. Basically, the Earth is going to go from like this. It's going to, from round to really egg-shaped as it pulls by, and as it's rotating, it's going to get some interesting effects.
Yeah, wasn't there something about it coming really close to our planet this year?
Yeah, Apophis. The asteroid Apophis is supposed to pass between the Earth and the Moon this year, but it's a little one. Well, little comparatively speaking. It still, if it hit the Earth, it'd be like dinosaur time. Hey, Dave.
There's that crook.
I have no audio. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
I have no audio. Hold on. Because I just jumped out of one live stream and this one. Let me check my audio. It shows it's working. Where's my speakers?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
Give me a minute. I got to restart this computer.
Okay.
When
for it to come back is 2036, something like that. Yeah, I think you're right, CR, somewhere around then. Uncle Al, do you concur with that? Okay.
Uncle Dave looked a little stressed out.
Yeah, well, if he got swatted, someone as a prank, it'd stress you out too.
Yeah, probably would. They come right to your house. That happened to Cab 7 too. He was right on. He was right on line when it happened to him.
Jay, Chuck Norris wouldn't need the baseball bat. He just needs to stand out there and stare it away. And there's a higher probability of contact in 2036. Check that out here.
The saga begins. And that's copyright against the wind.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. About the author.
New observations of the recorded.
Yeah, I have to read that another day. There's a lot of words there.
Yeah. Yeah, Hooples, yeah, Wonder Woman is the big thing now, but hey, still, Chuck Norris stared her down the last week.
Where'd you hear that? Prepping to endure. Not his fault. They can't charge him for something that's out of his control. And hi, by the way, I didn't see you sneak in. Nick Ozo, and welcome to the stream. Another guy snuck in while I was looking at your book.
Yeah.
Your first time here? Welcome to the first time here. We talk about a little bit about everything. We just kind of let our hair down, you guys. So, guys don't know each other. Get to know one another.
Good channel.
We don't use the subword in here, any version of it. Just visiting with each other is perfectly fine, though.
Okay, checking that out there.
I can't believe they haven't caught the guy that's doing bin yet, Cab 7. Usually they catch them if they keep going back.
Yeah, problem is some of those guys will use a burner phone.
Yeah.
Go down by, get a prepaid, or use it, toss it.
There he is.
Boo! I'm here.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I can barely
like a
hear
damn telephone commercial. So yes, I was swatted. I was over on West Virginia Prepared Minds live stream tonight. We were discussing Virginia, and then we did a short Bible study at the end of it. Right as her and I closed it out, and I was talking to her about how to edit her video because some shenanigans happened, they showed up at my door, and they said, "We know you. It doesn't sound like you. It's not me. But thank you for checking."
So some of the guys you knew, so it was, they were cool with you.
The sergeant and I have dealt with each other due to some of the neighbors I've had, and so he knows me. He doesn't know me. I mean, he's not going to take me out to dinner, but he knows who I am.
Right.
So he knows that I'm not an issue. And that's, they sent 4 cars, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen them come up to my apartment before they even got in here. And West Virginia Prepared Mind, her and I were private and she got to watch all of it because I left my camera on. So there is proof. It's not me just trying to, oh, poor me, oh my gosh, no. And Will's comment about Cab 7, I honestly don't think they're going to start charging him. I don't. But he has been hit 10 times since October. Green Bay Wacky's been hit 5 times. It's going around. It's getting worse, guys. So just, if you don't have a security system on your house, get one. Don't care where you get it from. Shut up, cat. But start protecting yourself because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Excuse me.
You think those guys would have something better to do with their time?
No, they don't. And they don't even need a burner phone. I'm not trying to dissuade what Gil said, but no, I pull up, I can make a spoof number here on the internet. It's not hard. It's stupid easy. And that's the problem. If these guys took half of their talent and put it to good work, so many people's lives could be changed. But instead, they rather do evil, nefarious things, and it's pure evil. That's
they've drank the tainted Kool-Aid.
They're just drinking city water,
and they think that's the way to go.
So good evening to everybody in the chat. Sorry I missed y'all in a minute. So hey everybody.
Well,
if you guys know anybody out there,
man.
Say hi to everybody and make sure that you're not using the S word. Make sure everybody's doing chair dances. That's the big thing tonight, chair dancing.
No, I don't dance. Nobody wants to see a beach well up trying to move. It's scary to some people.
Oh, I think
I agree, man.
That Steve did that pretty good allude dance. Alluding.
Yeah, but Steve's younger than I am. He's also in better shape than I am. And I broke 500 tonight.
I'm older than you are, Dave.
Not by much. But yeah, I broke 500. I'm at 519 now.
So now I don't know about you, but I'm in the double digits.
Yeah, I'm still single digits. I ain't turned 10 yet. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to come up with some ideas for a giveaway for my channel. Because like I said, I'm at 519 now. I didn't figure I was gonna make that for another month or two.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I'm gonna have to dig through my supplies and see if I got anything I can afford to get rid of.
I decide what you want to do. I'll send you something to put in there. I got a few goodies laying around.
Okay, I gotta do.
Yes, Creative, you did dance on somebody else's video.
I sent one of the reflex sites over to Gil for his giveaway.
Now, if you get enough people to subscribe to my
I
channel and say they came from you, then you get it back.
What was that, Gil?
If Will gets enough people to come over and subscribe and say they he sent them, then he'd get that site back. Now watch, everybody in the side chat's going to go, "Oh, Will sent me over."
I'm getting that. Have you seen that big flashlight they're trying to get everybody to do now, Dave?
No.
Yeah, they're getting a big sportsman flashlight now. I should be getting it next this Sunday or something.
Yeah, I've got 3 of those Amazon sellers that probably should be getting a hold of me in the next couple of weeks again. So right now I'm on a lull, so the only thing I'll be doing is live streams for the foreseeable future. I don't have anything to go out and shoot a video of. Because for the last 24 hours, it's done nothing but rain here. I want snow, dang it.
Yeah. Yeah. New Year's Eve started snowing. New Year's Day snowed, stopped a little bit, got out there, scraped the driveway, and got the little blower out.
Shit.
Oh, that looks nice.
And 6,000 lumens.
Yeah. Then as soon as I got the driveway cleared, it started snowing again.
Is that battery operated or cord?
Actually, it can be run off your car battery, or you can charge it, or it's
If
solar.
it's rechargeable, I may review it because I wouldn't mind a nice spotlight.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in my Jeep.
I don't have a Jeep. I don't have anything.
I figured I have a little battery operated ones in the Jeep, but this would be good for like out in the middle of nowhere or something.
So Vanessa's getting rain through Monday. Learn to Survive says snow coming Saturday, Sunday, but it's not going to be much.
Unfortunately, where we're at here in southern Ohio, for the last couple of years, everybody around this Cincinnati greater metropolitan area can get buried in snow. And where I live, we might get a dusting.
But that is a little bit of a bonus in one way.
No, not really. No, not really. I like snow. I like it because it keeps me comfortable.
Yeah.
And I want my son to be able to actually go downhill in a sled for once. I'm not saying I'm not going to kind of kick the sled as hard as I can to help him go down faster. I didn't say that, but I want him to go down a hill.
I used to do
That's the boy we are.
toboggans. I used to do toboggans when I was a kid.
Tibor says you guys are supposed to be warmer than normal for January.
Yes, we are.
I think Uncle Al said that Idaho's supposed to be colder than normal for January.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, creative. I don't like the wind chill so much sometimes because once you get below zero, that wind chill goes through just about any piece of clothing you have on, unless you're wearing a bag, plastic bag.
Tyvek suit.
No thanks. I want to be quiet when I move. I don't want to wake the dead. Yeah, rain would drive me out of the UK as well, Hooples. I would have left the UK for that as well. Because if we had snow for every inch or tenth of an inch of rain we've had, we'd have about a foot here, solid on the ground, constant. We'd have a foot. Oh boy, creative created something else. That ought to be interesting.
So southern Wisconsin has been in the 40s and 50s lately.
Yeah, it snowed here last night. Now it's almost all gone again.
And Al, fire and ice is biblical, depending on where you're talking about it.
Well, Tibor, if I was out hunting and the wind kicked up to 40 miles an hour, I'd go home too.
Not me. Because see, while y'all leaving the woods and the deer are saying, there ain't nobody left, I got my deer. See, that doesn't bother me. In Gray Man Outdoors, there is talk of it getting super cold a couple times this winter because of the way the current jet stream is running.
Yeah.
If you're talking about California, Al, then yeah, I can agree with you on that not being biblical. That's man-made. The fire part.
Are you sure that's not biblical just because it is California?
Well, they do need to repent, and I better stop or I'll get out of the biblical because the last 3 live streams I've been in, not counting this one, have all ended in biblical debate and talk and chat.
I guess you don't want me calling them the democrats needing to be exercised.
Hey, gunslinger, I didn't see you come in.
I didn't need it.
I did. He's been talking about his camping and stuff.
You see, that's why I have 2 chats going because I miss one and catch it on the other one.
Yeah.
You were
Because
in
one
West
chat is big, one is little.
You were in West Virginia premiered Mind when you
What's
got
that?
swatted. Is that what you said?
Yes, her and I were finishing up our chat after talking about Virginia, and then at the end of it, we were doing some biblical chat.
I figured when you got swatted from being in there with Will Patriot and Virginia Prepper.
Nope. And we only had 2 trolls in that one for 5 hours that we were in the chat live. There was only 2 trolls, so that was good.
Let's check that out.
Yeah, you do that.
You're still at 40 below, Gray Man?
All right, Mr. Rose, you are history.
Yep, he's gone. You outdid me. I was just reaching for the button.
Yeah, he only has 9 subscribers. He has no information on there.
Well, I don't care about any of
yeah.
that. I just don't like his language. That's gone.
Yeah.
That's instant ban. You know, for any of the other moderators out there, and I know Will agree with me on this, even though this is his channel and it's on my channel, and I do this for anybody's channel. Cuss words come out, automatic block. Automatic.
I didn't even
play
see
with
that.
them. Don't time them out. Just get them out. Now, none of this timeout for 300 seconds. Block the user on the channel. Get rid of them. Completely ditch them.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, with the new COPA laws, that's all it's going to take is one of those words. Even if, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. But in the text to which he just put it, it was not an accident. It was not in jest. It was deliberate what he said. That's got to go. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Once in a while, we all slip up, especially when we're on the panel. Typing, it's a little easier not to slip up.
Right. Okay.
No problem, Ciara. I'm just trying to, illustrate the point, not call anybody out and say, "Oh, you bad person, you. Doggone it, man. You should have done better." No, I'm not saying that.
Look, Tibor said here that the news said the ash from the Australian fires is blowing down over the ice sheets.
Yeah,
so
it's turning into
brown. You're going to speed up the melting.
No. Misinformation. I'm going to tell you something. That ash is going to act like a blanket. Put a blanket over ice and snow outside your house. Let the sun shine. Let it rain. Let it do whatever you want. Wait a couple days, pull the blanket off. Guess what? You still got snow and ice underneath that blanket where everything else is gone. That ash will act like a blanket. And it'll also stop the sunlight from getting to it. So it's not going to speed up the melting, contrary to what mainstream media wants to spew.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a lot of science education to understand that. I'm not saying everybody has learned it. Some people haven't. But it's a simple fact. That like I gave you a way to experiment with it. Take a blanket, throw it over some snow, a section, and wait. And you'll see that when everything else is melted, you'll still have snow underneath that blanket.
Oh, that's what they were saying. I was watching on the informational channel, and it tells you it's covered with the soot, but underneath it's still ice.
Learning to survive, to answer your question. And no, you're not being a jackwagon. Asking good questions is not being a jackwagon, so I take no offense to it. But yes, the algorithm on YouTube, which is owned by our favorite G company, their algorithm looks and listens for those words. If it finds those words, it's going to check it against the COPA laws to see whether it can stay on or not. as well as a few other algorithm things that we don't even get to talk about, because if we do, they will shut the channels down faster and you can say, what happened?
Yeah.
But it does listen for that, and it does read the comments. Every comment that's posted is read in real time by that algorithm. It's not as bad as some people make it out to be, but it is bad.
Yep, you can still cuss in the videos. Yep, and they actually tell you where you can cuss that, not the first 3 words, and if you cuss, don't let it like linger.
Yeah, if you're on a panel or doing a live stream yourself, cussing every third word, very bad.
Yeah.
If you slip up once every 5 minutes, the algorithm isn't going to count that against you. And Tibor, yeah, black ash does draw heat, but it also blankets. What happens, at least from my experience in the science stuff I understand, let's say you got black ash, and by the time that ash leaves Australia, gets to the ice sheet, it won't be black anymore. It'll have been rinsed by the air. But we'll use black ash as you put. What it'll do is it'll heat up a little bit and it'll create a layer of ice underneath it. Then that ice, and it'll start melting that black ash into the ice, and it will create the blanket, because it's going to wash that ash. It'll turn it kind of a grayish in color. And if you look at the ice cores they've pulled out, most of the ash deposits they've found are more of a gray than a dark black. There's a little black to it, but they're more of a gray, and it's because the
What they
snow
showed us was
washed
like
it.
a brownish gray
Yeah.
covering the ice pack. It showed it as being a grayish brown. And then when they cored it, like you said, they brought it up. Underneath the coreish brown was regular ice.
Yeah. It will melt a little bit, but when it does melt and mixes the ash in, then it becomes a shiny surface, and that reflects more heat or more sunlight.
Like I said, we're not trying to argue about it. It's just I'm trying to explain what I understand. And hey, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah.
Anybody hear about the stuff going down south of Texas?
I think I did.
It's interesting.
What was that? I must have
There
missed.
is a city in Texas has told its people to pretty much basically shelter in place. Those weren't the words used, but that's basically the gist of it he was given.
You talking about the wall stuff?
What's that?
Are you talking about the wall stuff?
It's there was a gunfight just south of the border, and it affected.
Rayman showed some of that on his channel tonight.
Yeah. Howdy, Barefoot Lass.
Hey, Barefoot Lass. So it's basically it's south of the border, and they're telling everybody to watch out for bullets coming across the border.
Yep. Plus, there was a couple fires down there too, if I remember reading the article correctly. I only took a glance at it because I was actually on Kim's live stream.
Dan Randall Laredo.
What's that?
Dan around Laredo.
Yes.
How you doing, Barefoot Lass? Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. It's open topic Thursday.
I hope you're right. Copa, to me, I don't really care about Copa because my content really isn't geared toward children. Unfortunately, my son's channel, which we haven't worked on in a while, is geared toward children and learning. And with me trying to, and him talking to people, for like his school thing last year, we did an upside down fire and we videotaped it. We put it on YouTube. That actually violates Copa law. And that's bull. But it is what it is. Because it was a kid doing something that's kind of scary to some people. He was building a fire. Oh my gosh, at 7 years old, he's going to start a fire and burn down the world. No, he's not. He's not that stupid. He's raised correctly.
Yeah, it's like Cub Scouts learning how to build fires.
It's been an exciting evening on my end there, Barefoot Lass. Exciting.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to hear that they would do that to you.
I've been waiting for it. I've been expecting it because they've targeted just about every other live stream that I've watched.
Yeah.
And when you're chatting those live streams and you finally get on the live stream, like tonight with West Virginia, um, I expected it, and I made that comment in the live stream because we were discussing the fact that some people have been swatted and welfare checked and all this stuff because we were talking about Ben and Green Bay. But
Yeah,
like I also made mention, most of them know me, so I wasn't concerned about it. I knew they weren't going to come up here with an MRAP and, guns drawn and spotlights blaring and everything else. I wasn't worried about it.
there's a bunch of article here on the down there in south of the border there. I can't pronounce this. I'll spell it Nuevo. Second word Laredo. So no Neva Laredo, whatever in Mexico, to avoid going down there because of the high intensity of shootings.
Mm-hmm.
And then police on the north side of the border on high alert.
And let's talk about prepping. This video with my son in it, building an upside down fire and discussing what he was doing and how he is appealing to children. That's why it is, bad. That's why I had to put all my content is not age appropriate. My content is 18 plus. So that way, if somebody does go watch that, they're going to have to go teach their children. They can't let their child watch it on their own. Because I've already stated it is not appropriate for anybody under the age of 18. I had to do that because of one video. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to flip out and, cry over spilt milk. They've made the law. It is what it is. And
Man, YouTube's changed from when I first started being on here.
Well, guys, I got to get off, and my wife's heading back to California tomorrow morning early, so need to turn off the lights and go away. So everyone, stay happy, stay safe, and see you guys around next time. Joe. All righty.
See you later, Joe. Good boss. Crazy hooples. You're almost as crazy as my cat is right now, and she's in heat.
He probably gets to go sleep next to Mama tonight, You gonna come up, Uncle? I'll send you a link. I can send you a link too, Hooples, if you want up.
Hooples, that's why I'm not letting my cat anywhere near the camera, because if she's seen you, my cat would go absolutely stir crazy. I just can't have that.
Have CR up. CR, you want to come up? Anybody can come up. I don't care. I got room for 4 more people.
I wish they'd remove that limit when you are a paid subscriber. I wish they'd put it like Zoom where you could have like 10.
Yeah, this is just one of the shoot the crud days. Hooples, you'd fit right in. Talk about whatever you want.
Oh, dear God. We're in trouble now. There is a way to kind of get around that, but all right, Al, you be safe. No, Jay, I don't have any catnip in the house. I don't want that.
Sleep good. Hey, Mondak, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Mondak. You know, Jay, I got swatted tonight. The last thing I need is anything that might drive a dog nuts. Because one of the units was a canine unit, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the officer that was there. Not 100% sure because I didn't see the vehicle. I just know there was 4 here. Fun. But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, all them officers probably going home tonight saying, "Oh man, we got to do a swatting."
No, the officers around here are very serious about that. With the information they have, they're going to double check that number.
Those smaller towns, they're more on it than the big city guys are.
Well, I will give credit to the sheriff's department in the county I live in. They are very proactive. They're not reactive. They're proactive. And that's one of the reasons I support them. That's one of the reasons I want to do the little goodie bags.
Hi, figure file.
I didn't ask them what the complaint was, T. I didn't, once they knew who it was and they got to the door, as they were walking up to the door, I turned the light on and opened the door and invited them in the house. I mean, they realized it was not an issue. So we didn't even discuss the complaint. It doesn't matter what the complaint was. It's the fact that they were called here by somebody else trying to start problems. But yeah, that's why I support my local sheriff's department. That's why I'm trying to put those goodie bags together. And the company that said they were going to help has decided, I guess, not to help because they've never contacted me after the initial email saying that they were going to help. I gave them my address and that was the end of it. And I haven't heard nothing back, so I can no longer count on that aspect for help. So I will be doing this all on my own. It's going to take me about 3 months to get it done, but it is what it is. I will do what I have to do because I'm going to build 10 goodie bags and give them to the sheriff's department of items that they need that the sheriff's department doesn't provide for them, stuff that they have to buy on their own. So I'm going to try and help 10 of them out.
I get you well known in the community too.
Yes, he is, T. And the sheriff of Butler County, he's not much of a slouch either. No, the sheriff of Butler County, which is literally all I got to do is cross the street and I'm in Butler County. I live right at the edge of 2 different counties.
Wow.
So, I mean, I know both sheriffs, not personally, but I know who both of them are. And I support them both. They're both full Second Amendment pro supporters. And I already know what their stance is. If something like Virginia happens here, they will not follow that rule. Learn to survive. I've got a link on some of my videos that says this is the stuff that I want to get for them, and it's a link to Amazon, kind of an Amazon wish list
Yeah.
of the items I'm trying to get. Now, I've already discussed prepping to endure with the sheriff's department here to make sure it was okay. I've already got written okay to do it because that's one of the things I wanted to make sure, because I know some places, some cities, they cannot allow that. No, I haven't, Mississippi Patriot. I have not heard the news on Iran yet. I've been in too many live streams today.
Hi, Jason. Hi, ZBD. And Mississippi Patriot. Welcome, all of you guys. We're just hanging out. You guys have a topic, bring it up. We don't mind talking about it.
Dakota, we're fine. Thanks for asking. Glad you made it.
Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about swatting Dakota. Jason, Mr. SOP got swatted tonight. Said it went real well for his end of it, which is good.
Now you see why I like my camera system. If you don't have one, go get one.
Yeah.
They parked across the street and parked at the end of the driveway into the complex, and I could see their cars. And it's kind of hard to miss that nice reflective stripe going down the side of the car.
Yeah, no kidding.
So as they turned around and walked up the corner, I walked over to my door, and Kim and I were doing a private check, so I was trying to help her fix something. And I just turned the light on and opened my door for them. Come on in, guys. Come on in. She says, "Oh, there's 2 more of them." I said, "Oh, you sent 4. Cool." bank line versus paracord depends on the application. I have both. I have 400 yards of paracord and 150 yards of. No, I'm on the western side of it.
I don't know. I kind of like bank line more than paracord.
Bank line has its uses, but I use them in conjunction with each other because some knots work better with a smaller line like bank line wrapped over top of paracord. There's a slip knot type, and I can't remember the proper name for it, so somebody will maybe type it in there, but it's a loop that you wrap it over and then wrap it inside itself, and you hook it, through a branch into your tarp, and you can slide it, and when you pull it tight, it stays tight, but if you take the tension off, you can slide it back and forth. Those knots work best using bank line on top of paracord. They hold better. They don't slip.
Sheep shank, that's great. That's what you're talking about. Sheep shank, Dave.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Yeah, I'll use paracord for a ridge line, and then use my bank line to tie my tarps off to the grommets off to it using the stick.
Yep, pretty sure I can build an off-grid cabin, Jason. I've built off-grid cabins before.
I have the knowledge. Have I ever done it? No. Would I make mistakes? Probably. Would it kill me in the end? Possibly. I'll be honest.
Not really. You're not that hard. The one I made was only big enough for two guys to have a place to cook food and lay their bones down. So you really don't need that much more than that when you're out in the woods. You're busy most of the time building.
That's right, Mondak. Nothing to do but do it. And if you've got a waxed canvas, something that's been pre-waxed, it's waterproof. I'd want bank line to have, if I had to stitch it up for whatever reason to make a pouch or a poncho or something, I had to stitch it up. I'd want bank line to stitch it up with for sure, not the little thin threads that are inside paracord. Even though they're supposedly strong enough, I'd still want to use bank line.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna call time.
All right.
Tired.
That happens. It's 12:45 here.
Yep. Almost 11 o'clock here. I started at 9, so tired.
That happens. Old age is creeping up on you.
Yep. I'm still in the double digits, Dave.
I still haven't turned 10 yet.
There you go. Told you I was older than you.
All right. The rest of you guys have fun in chat. Be safe. God bless.
All right, you guys. Thanks for coming by. See you guys out there. Looks like tomorrow afternoon. Be good.